Alright guys, in today's video, it's going to be the tournament video from the tournament I hosted that I was talking about for about the last week and a half. Had a lot of fun. It was really awesome interacting with you guys, getting to know some of you guys more. This community is awesome, man. So many people are just really nice, really patient, really supportive. I had a lot of fun, and I'm going to do one of these once a month because I think the community needs it, and I like interacting with you guys. And seeing you guys interact with each other is also really cool. But yeah, it was a small tournament, so it ended up being best 2 out of 3 the whole time. And we had 6 card sideboards, and it was just a lot of fun. And I hope the next time, 4 weeks from now, second week in February, second Saturday in February, we get at least twice as many people. And please give a huge thank you in the Discord and the comments to Tunnel for organizing it. I am a Discord idiot, just really ignorant on how it works. So without him, I wouldn't have been able to do this, or at least not without great difficulty. So yeah, please give him a thank you. I hope you guys enjoy the tournament footage. If there's some lag, if there's some cutout, it's not me. It's just the connection, but I think the vast majority of it, like 95% of the gameplay, is coming out really clear and nicely. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you like it, leave a comment, subscribe, something. Let me know you guys want to continue to see these type of videos, so I'll keep making them. If it's a bust, then you know I might still host the tournaments, but not like record gameplay for you guys. But I'm hoping you guys appreciate a community ran tournament. So let's get into the tournament. Alright, so we're about to hop into round 2, game 1. MAMBOSAMBA running Domri here.
Domri versus...
Okay, Teferi. So it'll be a good game, tier 1 matchup here. Round 1 got off to a rough start. We're all trying to figure out how to navigate and organize this, but I think we're getting it now. I'm surprised to see the Channeler of Might getting mulliganed. Okay, I didn't think so.
It's time.
Pretty strong hand from Domri here. It's very interesting just watching and not playing.
I am a herald.
I guess you got to see if it's there, right? Wasn't sure if we were going to see both Birds of Paradise to ramp faster, so I wonder why that's being held back. Not really sure. Now, in this instance, you could attack with just the bird to see if they have something else, but who knows? He was saying in the Discord that this crossbreed has been doing really well for him lately. So now we get to see it in action. Okay, so that could be Absorb, Glare. So it's probably Absorb, right? So you could just play Tusker underneath it.
Each living thing
Oh,
brings its own
so maybe it's Vindictive Shot. Yeah. Sorry if the audio is a little spotty. It's having, you know, it's not just dependent on my internet anymore. It's other people's internet and Discord and all that, so we'll see. Mist Raven is a very interesting tech that's probably really good against Liliana as well, and also allows him to put some pressure on and protect the flyer. So I really like Mist Raven and control lists. You've seen that in my tempo flyer list, right? After this, I might get him to turn down the game audio a little bit. in between games 1 and 2. Six open mana is kind of scary.
Nope. Try again.
Is it the double absorb?
Right on time.
Playing cards before you attack. Try not to do that, guys. Just so you don't show your hand literally as much as possible. And Teferi's doing a pretty good job of containing at the moment, but both decks could kind of just go forever, so we'll see. Okay. Maybe this is to test to see if Absorb is there. There's no good attacks, sadly. Shields up, that's very interesting. Guess again, wow.
Right on time.
All the hate, all the hate.
My book, my pack.
It's not looking too good for Domri at the moment. Especially if DEREKROGERS is sitting on a Day of Judgment. So even if he does mount a substantial board state, it's just going to get gone. Alright, and here's the Behemoth. Kind of have to go for it. I agree. Okay. Cutting in and out a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, getting some lag. Okay, good. And now the Worm's Wake is in place, so if you Day of Judgments, at least you'll have a 5/5 afterwards. But I don't think this board is threatening enough to warrant a Day of Judgment just yet. And man, we're lagging pretty hard here. Unfortunately. Okay, looks like we got the game back, thankfully. Yep. Now, the Teferi could run out of gas at some point. And these shields up are nasty.
Right on time.
I dig it, though. I dig it. Keeps those turtles around for a long time. My goodness. Sounds like when a DVD used to have like a scratch on it back in the day. Ooh, it's bad. There's nothing I can do. It's not on my end, guys. Maybe it'll skip to like turn 3 turns from now. Okay, there we go. We got the game back. Yeah, see, with the It's Alives and the Turtles with the suits up, you might be able to fight for boards, you know, pretty well, and also with the Raven. So it's a very, like, fights for the board control deck. I like it. That's the kind of stuff I like to see. Okay, so they've got some glares up, or at least one glare. It has to be. Yeah. And without Domri having the land that gives creatures starting on turn 6, Teferi's probably just never going to run out of cards, and the Domri is going to. When the control deck doesn't even have to board wipe to turn the corner, you know you're in bad shape, right? Okay, played Staff, drafted. So what makes Staff really annoying is, see, before when you used to get cards out of the deck, then you could still count counters and know what to play around, but you don't know if they've got a third of an absorb, a third negate, a third guess again. You just don't know what to play around anymore. And yeah, that's a fantastic one to grab there. Transparent Hallway is very good. So I think this game is quite over. I wouldn't be surprised if Samba just conceded here, right? Now, if a Day of Judgment comes down, then I would expect to concede. But it is a tournament, you know, and the fighting spirit is strong in tournaments, so might make him have it, right? Might make him win. Go through the motions at least. I don't know what the consideration by Derek is here. Okay, just decided to hold up a billion traps. At least he can't get a favorable trade, so the It's Alive is going away. Perhaps they're holding up another It's Alive and just going to make another giant boy.
Nope.
There it is.
I am but a herald.
Alright, so this is where I feel super comfortable using Day of Judgment.
Right.
There's almost no way Derek Rogers doesn't have it. Drawing so many times. But if he could hold up Day of Judgment and then like a Vindictive Shot or a Glare afterwards, doesn't even have to be worried about the top deck, so... Yeah, exactly.
Such strength.
Yep. And now it's super over, so they should definitely concede at this point. There is no route to victory here.
It is our duty to endure.
Unless they think that their opponent's going to deck out. But he probably has the Archmage, so I don't think anyone's decking out anytime soon. And now that they're under so little pressure, I was going to say this is a great turn to go ahead and slam it down. So, and the Teferi can definitely get it done in 5 turns. There's no way that Teferi doesn't do this.
You look silly.
Unusual choice, but it gets the job done. I would just go ahead and attack there and push the 2 damage through. I don't really know why you wouldn't. Yeah, and we have a block for Behemoth, so it's super over. Okay, maybe they think the turtle... I mean, the turtle's definitely going to get more attack than the Acolyte, so... Now, if he has the Flying Arcana spell and can back it up with any kind of protection against Lava Wave, for example, yeah. There's a million ways to skin a cat in this game here. I've personally never been a fan of Cradle.
Destroy.
Yeah, and see, with the guy that transforms into enemy creatures into a 3/3, with that and Raven, they have a lot of ways of poking and getting the damage through. Usually with those type of lists, though, you don't see the Healing Land, you see the Moorland Haunt, so you can recycle those powerful debut effects. There we go. And just going for the throat, so he's got a top deck Lava Wave if he runs it, and they have to not have a way of countering it. So, that's a wrap. There we go. So this is him sideboarding in between games. We decided to run 6 card sideboards for this tournament. It was so small that we just decided every round for there to be best 2 out of 3 option. And so that's what we're looking at right now. Oops. All right, so now we're hopping into game 2. I was making sure that everything was recording properly, and you know, just kind of getting used to doing this whole thing. So bear with me, guys, if you know, it doesn't come out perfectly. But we're hopping into game 2. I think Teferi has a much easier time versus this Domri list because of the land choice. I'm sure Cradle does amazing work when you get into Behemoth quickly and Lava Wave, but against Control specifically, Cradle's not great. So this is a bad, this is a pretty bad matchup, I would think. And his Teferi list is also extremely interactive with the Mist Raven and the thing that transforms stuff. So you know, we'll see how he does. Okay, here we go. I was gonna hop out for a second, but because they were matching up codes, but they got it. So here we go. Hopefully it's not a 2-0 by the Teferi deck, but you never know. Okay, keeping the Chandler of Might. Hopefully they don't have a Rune Shell Crab.
Let's get wild.
It's time.
I am but a herald.
So they got the proc, so even if they do have one, they'll at least get a trade if they don't have Disorient, of course. They might be trying to... Okay, they have a Disorient. I was going to say they might not have played anything to keep the Fragile Mana Gem, but what they wanted to play only costed 1. So already, I know it seems kind of soon to call it, but just those little small things early on really helped Teferi out. He's already really close to cycling through his deck, right? And Disorient on the Chandler this early is effectively a 1-for-1. Brutal, man. Those suits up are brutal. I really like them. I really like them. Yeah, this is a very interactive Teferi list. It's very interesting. It is like the creature hater deck, right? Yeah, 3-4 and a 2-5 Disorient, a suits up. I mean, yeah, now even going on the offense already on turn 3. Nasty, nasty, nasty.
It is our duty to endure.
Mm-hmm. I really like this Teferi list, guys. I think it's really cool.
My blade right.
Nasty. Fun police for sure.
Destroy! Let's mix it up.
Man. I just don't know how he's going to break through. Yeah, that screams like Vindictive Shot, right? Or he's just holding up Absorb and stopping the progression of the board. Okay, so I'd be really surprised if it wasn't Vindictive Shot at this point. Yeah. It's really strange now playing, guys. Or even conversing with people like I do in coaching, right? I'm just talking about what I'm seeing. But I like it, it's fun. Now this is a part where Cradle is really good. But sadly there's no Behemoth or Lava Wave, but they probably wouldn't work anyway, right? Loves those combat tricks. Yeah, if you were gonna play that, probably do that before the attacks. And I know you'd want to keep a draw there, but I might have just looked out and then played the Centaur and at least got it on the board. But now you have to worry about getting wiped after you're trying to do this refuel, right? There's a Behemoth. Oh, the land went off. The land went off. That's huge. So now we can't Day of Judgment. So might actually be able to push some damage finally, which would be great. Okay, DEREKROGERS is running crabs, which no one's surprised about. Unsummon. They're so interactive, man. So interactive. It's really close to like a tempo flyer list, just without the flyers, right? Like just with, well, I mean, it does have flyers, but more like protecting the other things like the turtle and such. So really cool. This is really good for Samba here.
My studies.
Doesn't even have a favorable. So, but now he does have 7 mana, so I think he's just trading off everything, knowing that he's going to Day of Judgment. But that's not even that bad because he does have a Haster in his hand for next turn. Yeah, Day of Judgment and a crab would be the best play for Rogers here. All right.
No such thing as a lone wolf.
Disorient, okay.
Right on time.
Alright, we might be witnessing the Teferi getting overwhelmed here. But it's great to see. I really was hoping we'd get a game 3. Okay, so might just be getting him to use the mana again. Could be bluffing Absorb, could actually have the Absorb. Actually has the Absorb, which is worst case scenario. And those are the kind of turns right there where the tempo of the match can shift for control. I love those little pokes with control. Love them. Farm's Weight could be good later. Gonna test the negate. Yeah. Negate or guess again could have got it there, so. And now the Sanctum is doing its job. Pixie Trickster.
Silly.
Very nice. I really like this proactive control gameplay. Right up my alley. I wonder if Rogers is running Second Son's Dawn or
Right on time.
And then the guess agains. Just the perfect things all the time. So now he can get the trade and he can push 6 damage a turn. So he's got a 4-turn clock already. Sounds like a lot. It's not when you're playing Control. Controlling the game for 4 turns when you're not in really any trouble isn't too hard. Alright, so 3-turn clock still. The darn staff, man. Sorry about the audio. Sounds like that scratch disc now. Ooh, going for it all. So either a guess again or a negate backup, I would assume, or he just thinks that he has a good enough board that he can play it, which he honestly, pretty much does. He doesn't have to worry about a behemoth board.
Each living thing brings its own.
I like the centaur play, playing the board, drawing a card. Lava Wave could be really good if they let shields down, but it's Teferi, so they probably won't. That's a beautiful premium Lava Wave. I really enjoy all these premiums I'm seeing right now.
Let's mix it up.
Just walling up some more.
And thank
Can still get that 6 damage through twice. Need some protection for this Lava Wave though. And with 10 open mana, I suspect they have it. They don't have it. And you have to test. That's the thing. Sometimes you just have to see. You just have to see. So now it's real scary. It's real scary now. Okay, he has a board. He got rid of something. He's drawing twice. Second Sun's Dawn will keep him in the game now. Or if the land procs like a couple times in a row, he's still probably okay. It's Alive is so crazy for Teferi, man. Such a good card. Now, I'd be tempted to block here, unless it has Relentless, and Lava Wave again, because he didn't have it last time. Unless he's saving it for the Sphinx Spell, which I think is really smart too. He really can't use the other Lava Wave because of the Sphinx Arcana. That's smart too, so that makes Behemoth not as good. Not that he can even play it now that he took the card.
Destroy!
You can play the 1-drop, Worm's Wake.
I think you found your wolves.
Yeah, and then we're just going to see probably a full swing, because if they have suits up or any trap that'll trigger, the turtle will be able to trade with everything. And even if the turtle doesn't swing, the boar and the 4/6 is good enough.
You look silly.
Nice. Ooh. That's brutal. That is brutal. Alright, so 2-0 for Mr. Derekrogers here. Alright, so this is the finals here. We've got LONGTIM versus Derek. And we're going to see who comes on top. You guys know I'm a big fan of Vivian. I've seen his list. It's a good bit different from the one that I have been running and the one that Trasga got to like top 14 with. He was using my list to do that. And so I'm just really interested to see how this game goes. I think it's going to be very hard for Tim here to break through because Derek's list is so interactive. But we'll see. Yeah, and my Vivian list runs none of these cards, so we're off to a very, very different kind of start here. And that's great. I love seeing people's views on slingers that aren't different, that are different from mine, right? Still getting some lag, that's okay. Really, really fat hand from Tim here, so there's going to be no early pressure. And this is one of the reasons why I do not run these type of cards. But they, Tim won his first 2 rounds, so they're doing something for him, right? But this is an extremely heavy control list. And whoever wins this, I'm gonna do an interview with them at the end and let them just go over their deck while I talk to them, and yeah, we'll see. Okay, so he's testing for traps there. I'm not sure if that's worth it, because even just helping him cycle like a disorient and stuff like that might not be great, but you know, I understand the concept, trying to see if there's something there. Now, if he did it again next turn, that'd be, in my opinion, more justifiable, because if the bird gets hit by a glare, that would be fantastic, right? Could be holding up a shot for the Tusker with armor, which would be really nasty. People seem to be really big on Miss Raven and Vivian. And Miss Raven in general, if you notice, Rogers runs it as well, as you guys saw the last round. So Miss Raven's been doing some work. Okay, now that unfortunately won't help him bait out a Vindictive Shot, because it didn't do any damage. But Tim's trying to take it nice and slow, build up a good board, and then start attacking so everything's not answered one for one, which is really smart. So you want to go wide like this, and then if something gets glared, you're still pushing damage through. So this is really good. And again, I'm sorry for any of the stuttering or anything like that. There's nothing I can do about any of that. Alright, so we have some thick boys here. They could have absorbed, because, you know, the last trap they armed, or one of the traps they armed was reduced by 2. So I don't know if you want to maybe arc bow and see what's there. And he's probably seeing if there's an absorb there. So if he attacks now and something got glared, he knows he's free to Firehorn or Miss Raven. And since that wasn't the case, then he knows it's probably absorb, right? So very touchy-feely, which is exactly how you should be playing this. I could even see a pass here. But this is probably going to get absorbed. No, it didn't. Okay, so then it's probably a Vindictive Shot. Interesting. Flying is very strong. Now, if he gets Vindictive Shot, that's going to be unfortunate. Yep. And that's what we go through my mind the whole time. As soon as it got armor, because I'm like, man, Vindictive Shot kills this thing anyway. But you know, there's nothing you can do about it. You kind of just have to see if it's there. So I'm sure Tim was thinking that too. And Tim's audio is significantly lower for the game, which is good. Curious to see what his sideboard is. Got the Tarmogoyf. You guys know I avoid Tarmogoyf like the plague, but he's a very good card. Yeah, and I was wondering why he didn't give stats to the birdie instead of doubling up on the Tusker trying to play around the shot, but yeah, maybe just hoping it wasn't there, right? Are we going to see a chump here, or just taking the 4 damage? Okay, we do see a chump block. Wouldn't be surprised if we just saw the Tarmo come down. Okay, going for it all here. Okay, and now you know if he can play the Tarmo at least. See, and that's why I was wondering if he was just going to play the Tarmo and then pass, so that way he doesn't get those draws. But it's really hard, because if you're not really aggressive, then you're just giving Teferi all the time in the world anyway. It's been really fun talking to you guys in Discord all day. Actually hearing some of your voices is really cool. So I like this connecting to the community a little bit more. I'm really glad I did this tournament, even though it was very small. It's basically like a local. But now we know how we're going to run it in the future, and we have a whole month to get people to sign up for the next one. So the next one is hopefully at least like 32 people. Yeah, and he's playing the good land, of course. So we know that Derek has suits up. I don't know if Tim knows. And yeah, just could be walking into it right here. But either way, he's going to get some kind of value out of this. Okay, he has the negate. Gotta love the errors. Okay. I wonder what the Birds of Paradise are for. I haven't seen Tim's list. I don't know if he runs something crazy like Behemoth. I'm not really sure what his top end is. I mean, even getting the Horns and Mistravens a turn sooner isn't bad. It's just that you're trading a weaker card early, but I mean, that's what Tempo is all about. But I'm interested to see more of what his list is. Oh my god, I did not have my mic in front of me the whole time. So hopefully the audio wasn't too bad. I moved it in between the rounds because there's so much time in between rounds. Yikes. Oh, I forgot he was running that guy. Interesting. Next time I'm just leaving the mic right here. I'm not moving it ever for any reason. Now we can put that on a birdie. There we go. Very nice. Those darn glares, man. And, you know, I don't think he's going to play another card in case of Day of Judgment. I really hope the audio is not too bad for the first 2/3 of this game. I might not even include it in the video, to be honest. Just be like, whoopsie. Not sure what the big think is. Okay, he must not have a Day of Judgment, otherwise I think he would have just ripped it, right? All right, so he's got basically 2 solid blocks, at least he thinks so. So I'm pretty sure he's going to have to go for Raven here, or maybe he wants to buff the 3/3. Okay, so I think you go for the 2/3 stats. Or maybe he wants to fly. Maybe he thinks maybe he can poke him down flying. Obviously, we're not taking trample. We're taking trample? Oh, okay. I was about to be completely stunned. Okay, we went for flying. I mean, I think... Oh, I guess you can't really swing with Tarmogoyf, can you? So, yep, this is the attack. The fact that there was no glare immediately is great. Seems fine. Kind of surprised he took that block, unless he has a vindictive shot. Otherwise, I might have just let it roll. Okay, it's alive. Okay, digging for the Day of Judgment, I assume. And also, if he doesn't find it, he's just getting a body, right? A body to block with. Is it a poke into Day of Judgment that you found? If it's the card all the way to the left, that'd be really cool. Our left, anyway. The fact that he's thinking so long makes me think he doesn't have it again, so now he's going to try and, like, you know, just come up the board to try and survive until he has it. Okay, maybe some more glares or shots. I mean, I think you just attack, right? Yeah. I was gonna say, I don't think you let your opponent get off an absorb here. I think you just poke. And this is a little bit more than a poke, right? This is like a shove. It'll be really telling if he lets the 5/5 through, if he has glare or not, but suits up to get a couple blocks on it, and then I'm assuming we're going to trade off the Tarmogoyf here. Maybe it's another It's Alive to get a big creature. Nice. Probably just 3-0, I think. Yeah, I agree, Tim. I agree. And Rogers is just looking for that Day of Judgment, man. As soon as he finds it, the game's over. I can't click on the deck and see how many cards he has left. It's so weird not being able to interact with any of this. There it is. Did he have it the whole time and was just holding on to it? I would look away for a second. I didn't see where he pulled that from, which is really smart. I do that a lot when I play controls. I try and pull my opponent into the waters as much as possible. And Tim should pretty much just concede here because you're never going to win. But I understand this fighting spirit for a tournament. Yeah, I mean, 23 life, dude. 3 cards to 7. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. All right, Tim, we can concede, my friend. Are we going to have Mist Raven bouncing a wars? Yep. Haste. Didn't know if we were going to try and grudge match. If he's holding up absorb and negate, that's going to be just nasty, man. Are you going to find out if he's holding up negate now? I mean, he's just going to keep holding it up every turn anyway, so... yeah. No negate, that's good to know. And now he can potentially get 4 damage through if he doesn't have like a disorient. If that's a vindictive shot, that's just cruel. Okay. Wondering when the Archmage is going to come down and kind of just close this game, right? Okay, it landed. The attack went through. Yeah, I mean, you got to hold up the Worm's Wake, right? That is a big boy. So now Tim's going to go to 11 health from 1 attack. I was talking in Discord and I was saying that It's Alive should only give 1 upgrade for every 2 unspent mana. I think that'd be a good way to balance It's Alive. I think it's way too powerful right now. Yep. Yep. Got the Mist Raven. I think he's trying to show us the plan. And Derek is trying to set up, you know, some kind of clock, which I obviously respect. And hopefully this Mist Raven sticks. And there's another Day of Judgment in there somewhere, and when that's played, it's just going to be really, 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 really over. Okay, there was negate. Mm-hmm. Goodness gracious, man. I think that's actually in his main deck, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And we might actually get the concede now. There is no point in playing this game, my friend. Yes, yes. Understandable. I guess he doesn't want to give him the 4/4 on the 5/1 value. I would just get everything off the board. Not sure if he went through both suits up. Maybe he's waiting to see if he can draw the other one before he attacks with the turtle, but... less things on the board is less things to worry about, right? It's a good time for the land to go off. You're going to try it again? I think he has to. I mean, it has Relentless, man. Good. You can't really... yeah, I guess see what that is first, but you can't really swing. Sneak is good. Ish. Yeah, I mean, the 3 attack isn't going to make a difference. And the longer the game goes, the more Derek's deck triggers the land that is, then, you know. But we already know. We're just watching something that we know is inevitable, right? Guess again? No, okay. There's the shields up. Yeah, it's a great idea, though, to try and just poke him to death with flyers, right? I would swing with the 8/1, because either one I get rid of is great. Yeah, and we know that he has Archmage, so the 3 left is a pipe dream. Yep. Maybe Tim's going for the deck out. I don't know how that's going to be possible with the Sphinxes, but... that night art is still super cool. Hey, that's something. Even if he has a disorient, that's still fine. But he might be completely out of everything by now. Gonna Possessing Arcana that. The first chance he gets, if I had to guess. And there goes the Sanctum. There we go. And let's see if you got the Possessing Arcana now. Might be seeing all of his options. He must have got the sneak one. Yeah, and if he's going to block with the crab so he can get through 7 damage, I would assume. Or he might just take it and then Possessing. I really don't agree with that block. I'd want to keep as many attackers as I could get on the board. So I think we're going to see an attack for 5 and possessing Arcana or the Sphinx Arcana, and then it's over. Yep. So now we can attack. And then even it doesn't, unless his land goes off and his draw, and he plays 2 creatures, and he doesn't have any interaction, and then he'll just attack through. Yeah, so that's game. My mouse went dead because of how long that was. All right, so this is just Tim siding for game 2, and he can go through his reasoning or whatever he wants to say right now.
Well, that game 1 was pretty rough. So when I go back to my sideboard that I'd sent over to Tunnel, I think the things that would be helpful for us here in this matchup is probably Treetop Lookout. Maybe Peer the Dreamer for like early pressure. Daybreak Ranger doesn't really do anything for us. Hermit doesn't either. So it's probably just looking at those 3 total cards. And probably trimming anything that is higher on the curve is what I would look at first, just because it's just easier for those things to get countered. But it's tough because like Briarhorn can turn some of your even like 0-1, Birds of Paradise into something that they actually use a spell on. So I think Giant Growth doesn't do a whole lot for us, and it's kind of conditional. So like that would be, I think, my first cut. Infuser can help us attack past some things, but I don't know that it's good enough. And in aggressive matchups, I would be cutting Arcbow, but I think it just nets us a lot of value in matchups like this to try and make our creatures as powerful as possible in terms of 1-for-1s. So I think if we want 2 Treetop Lookouts and 1 Peer, which I'm not even sure the Peer is that good, but I think we can cut a bird as well because they're kind of do nothing. Our opening hand was pretty bad. I just want a bunch of gas overall. So I think that might be the best configuration. Right, and the other was Peer. Right, Dreamer. So I think this just gives us turns where we can guarantee certain spells with Treetop Lookout. Still have to be really mindful of Day of Judgment. And I was thinking about cutting the Mist Ravens, but they actually, as we saw, have a shot at answering the giant scabs from the 2-mana trap. I forget what it's called, but I think that's probably good. Yeah, I think we'll try this.
All right, cool, man. I will see you in game 2.
See you then.
All right, here we go, guys. Game 2. Let's see if we can have some better luck here. It's really hard to get through Derek's deck because it's just so interactive, man. When I saw it round 1, I was like, I knew it was at least going to be into the finals. I was shaking my head during the Arcbow mulligan because I cannot stand Arcbow. I think the entire point of Vivian is to snowball stats, and you're like, while she gives upgrades, using 3 mana to basically give yourself a big tempo hole is the exact opposite of what Vivian's supposed to do, and that's why I can't stand Vivian's Arcbow. I think it's like completely counter to what Vivian's good at and what she's supposed to do. I can't stand Vivian's Arcbow, man. I'd rather it be like any creature in the game besides Arcbow. That's a 3 cost. But we do have... we can go Tusker into Infuser and not have to worry about running into Negate as our... like counterplay to the grudge match. So we have a way of pushing through Crab, which is really good here. Now, I was gonna say I would probably grudge match here to see if there is negate, because you can't grudge match afterwards. So I think that was a misstep. But it's hard to think about everything, right? And you know, no one who wants to grudge match Crab, but now it's completely blocking everything he does now until 5, and so now we have a hand of Arcbow, grudge match, and Infuser, so there's no pressure. So I already think this game's over, unfortunately. And I know that's, you know, how can I possibly say this on turn 3, but turn 3 for LONGTIM, but just look at the hand, man. The only chance in the world right now is I would just slam the haster and try and get some tempo back, because it's gonna be really difficult. Now you could try. Okay, so here there's opportunity to grudge match and get rid of the Crab. Man, it's just so hard now. Could be the guess again, but you know, you got to play. Yeah, man, and LONGTIM's just in a really bad spot, man. Great player, just this is like the worst matchup possible, man. A Teferi list built like this, so hard to get through, man. Little bit of lag here. If you notice, Derek really takes time thinking about what he's going to do, and I really appreciate that. We know he's not roping. He's, you know, actually just considering his options as he should, right? Everything's just so slow, and everything is just going to die to everything. Now, this is a good absorb bait. But the point is, it wouldn't matter what it was in this situation. It's getting hit by absorb. So now it doesn't matter that it's a terrible arc bow. But, you know, arc bow for absorb basically is a fantastic trade. I know Tim's probably going to disagree with me on the arc bow hate, but I can't stand it. No disorient off trigger. If he just takes the damage, then it's vindictive shot. And that's what I'm assuming, since he didn't play anything. Yeah, so if I was Rogers and I had a vindictive shot here, I would just take it. Easy. It's vindictive shot. No, he had nothing. That is really good news for LONGTIM. That is very good news. Very good news. Maybe he has the Day of Judgment. That's why he's comfortable taking some damage. Well, if he had... excuse me. If he had Day of Judgment, he would have just well, no, he necessarily might not have blocked, because he could be saving the blocks for next turn or the future, if he thinks he can get even more value. Okay, not really reading Day of Judgment anymore, because he's committing more to the board, so his hand just might be weak somehow. I don't even know what cards in his deck are possibly dead, but it can happen. Okay. I think I'd just go Briarhorn here and make them have a second. Oh no, he can't even have Absorb here. Yeah, this is Briarhorn or Ulrich turn for sure. 100%, no doubt. Got to get it in while you can. Grudge match, what? It doesn't make sense to play into cards that, like you knew one of your giant creatures were good to play here. Unless he's trying to like conserve the board, fearing the Day of Judgment. But I just think if he Day of Judgments, he's always dead anyway. So I don't know. It's also very possible that his land could go off next turn and he can't Day of Judgment anyway. So How messed up would a guess again have been? Let's see. Oh no, he only had 2 mana and it was for negate. Okay, so yep, we got to attack here. Okay. The land didn't go off. Now the good news is if he Day of Judgments any Ulriches, then he will. Oh no, I was thinking Pierre had the Relentless. It's the Infuser, but that's still 7 damage. It's not nothing, right? Still committing to the board, but again, might be trying to draw him out for as long as possible before he gets the maximum value out of that Day of Judgment, which I respect. Man, I slept a bunch. I don't know why I'm yawning here. Sorry, guys. Maybe not a bunch, but, you know, solid 8 hours. Yeah, I mean, I like that on the Relentless creature. It's the one that'll die to glare. So there's something. No glare. This is interesting. That makes sense. Might be waiting to Day of Judgment until he can back it up with a cheap creature. That 2/4 is kind of throwing a wrench in things. I mean, he can swing a Briarhorn in the 3/3. Just the problem is if he has a glare, then the attack has no power. Now you can find out if it's a glare or an absorb. Man, I'm about to go take a cold shower and wake up. Oh no. This whole time I didn't have my lights on. Have my stuff together much better the next tournament, I'll tell you that. I'm just going to turn them on even before I start trying to organize things and talk to guys, right? Every move is so hard, I know, man. That will at least bait out the absorbs on the other end. Nice. There's shot. Oh man, now he's healing, man. 2 traps away from the double draw. I mean, you do treetop. What? What? Don't you just treetop into the haster? Interesting choice. I mean, he's getting him down. I think you just hold up, yeah, Worm's Wake, right? And hope there's no Day of Judgment into Absorb would be quite bad. But he would still have the haster to play. Ooh. We've got an opportunity here to get Derek down to 3. Or 1, excuse me, not 3. They're both 5/5s. I was thinking Worm's Way costed 3. That's annoying. It's still 8, so it is 3. Haha. Well, can't play it, but yeah. You still Ulrich and get it in so you can get an upgrade. It could have been Essence of Fire, and that could have been game, which would have been fire. All right, all right. And if they don't wipe the board, then you can Treetop Lookout, disarm the traps, and swing. LONGTIM might have this game. Very nice. Very nice. I'm really happy to see this. Could it be Day of Judgment into cheap creature? Don't know how many cards Derek has left, sadly. I promise I'm not yawning because your game's boring, Tim. I'm having a lot of fun. I think I've just been sitting down too long watching other people play. Yikes, man. Maybe he's looking for like transparent hallways, you know, more combat tricks. He can Mist Raven the Worm with like a Immolating Glare would be pretty solid. Obviously, he doesn't know that there's a Treetop Lookout. Into a crab. I've done that too many times to know. I could feel it. Flying. Too bad there's not a haster right now. That would be fantastic. I think you play Boar and Stoneforge Mystic in an upgrade, not Daybreak Ranger. Because you can't curve out unless you just want to give up the treetop. Okay, so he wants to give up the treetop. I mean, he's getting flying too, which is not nothing. Oh wait, what am I talking about? He can still go boar. Oh wait, no, he can't. He can't do this unless he wants to. Okay, so he's just not going to kill it. He's just going to mark it. Okay. Essence of Fire. There we go. All right, now how does Mr. Rogers deal with this? Really good patient play by Tim here. And once Teferi starts having holes in the game, like Teferi's a really good wall, but if you can get in and get inside, then sometimes it's hard for them to kick you out. And they've already used both Day of Judgments, which is usually the way of kicking people out after your opponents turn the corner on you. But Derek's still in it. Curious to see how hard. Oh, you know what? The tracker makes a lot more sense now too, because it's going to have a ward. So maybe he's thinking he can Stoneforge, potentially buff it, and steal the win. Man, that would be really cool to see. He's got double chances now. Maybe he can get a buff and sneak. Yeah, I think this is the turn you go in. I agree with you. Trample. Yeah. We're in agreement, sir. Trample. Yeah, you can play both. No. Stoneforge Mystic and get both upgrades, right? Am I crazy? Yeah. +4. Let's go. +4 and Trample. Oh, no, you can only play one. What am I talking about? I was thinking you'd have two for some reason. Oh, man, that's a bummer, dude. Oh, that's a bummer, man. One more mana, and then this would be a game over because he has no traps right now. Oh, man. I can't do math sometimes, guys. Maybe when I'm not playing. That's a hard pill to swallow, man. Miss Raven's been doing a lot of work for Derek. They can't even pass to get the crab off the board. I think you just... I was gonna say, I think you might just attack, but geez. Good, there's no glare off rip, which is fantastic. Hopefully there's no vindictive shot. Could have found more off of staff. He didn't. He did not. Good, good. Really glad we have a close game this time. Last one's kind of a blowout, right? Hopefully Derek's not looking at like a bunch of It's Alives in his hand or something. There we go. There we go. Okay, so if he blocks, I mean, you just attack, right? Yeah, I think I would have just attacked. But now he can Briarhorn and get the 3 damage back. It's just that he loses an attacker now. So let's just assume he's going to lose the 8-1 and the 3-3 is going to get blocked. And then the 3-2 gets blocked. He's only pushing 4 damage now. I think the guess again might be in play now too. Oh, we took 2 of those off a staff, man. Oof. Oof. Yikes. That would have been really funny if you didn't have any other traps to deal with the 8-1 flyer either. And he randomly didn't hit the 8-1 flyer, but there's probably something else there. At least I hope so. Reach. Yep, splitting up the stats. Man, 2 of those Molten Missteps, man. That's brutal. Alright, I mean, he still has a board. He still has a threatening board. He's making Derek work for this one for sure. Armor's not fantastic. Swing with the 4-3. You got to get his stuff off the board. Yeah. You're going to Mystic Weapon the 4-3 first? I mean, if you Mystic Weapon the 4-3, it takes out the turtle, that's fine. But yeah, this is, full attack is definitely the right move. And hopefully Derek doesn't have like a couple of giant It's Alives that are about to pop. And I'm saying hopefully not because I want Tim specifically to win. It's just the perspective that I'm watching. I'm an unbiased tournament hoster. All right, man. You just got to play them both. He already used both Day of Judgments. Didn't he? Yeah. There's one pretty big It's Alive with Relentless. You know, got to throw in the 2 heal, naturally. Now he can summon the Archmage and try and Possessing Arcana, the one with armor. I can see that. Yep. Worst case scenario, he gets 3 more bodies. So either way, it's a really good thing to do. Or not worst case. Worst case is getting the sneak. Looks like he got the sneak. Otherwise, he would have just ripped it, right? Nope, we got the Possessing. Good. Yeah. And this is where you can scoop, my friend. You don't have any mystic weapons to get. I think you use both arc bows, so you can't give anything sneak. There's nothing super tricky to do here. This is just over. We got to bounce that 7-9 with Relentless. You can do that in attack. Yeah. Man, those Molten Missteps were nasty. Yep. If he gives him sneak, that's 12 damage. Does he have another Trickster left? I don't remember. These games are taking a long time. Unsummon, forgot that was in there. Yeah, I think you gotta take it, Tim. Yep. Tim knows. Yep. All right. Derek is the winner. All right, guys, we are here with Derek, who just won the tournament, so congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
He is just going to run us through his list real quick and give us his thoughts, why he built it the way he did. So the floor is yours, my friend.
Thank you. This is my Teferi deck list that I put together. It's the basic any Teferi list of what you'll see running around. It's 2 copies of Shields Up, 2 copies of Runeshell Crab, 2 Disorients, 2 Vindictive Shots. I'm only running 1 Guess Again and 1 copy of Unsummon. And then 2 Negates, 2 Snapshell Turtles, 2 It's Alive as a win con, and it also, you can play it earlier and it'll hold off aggression against aggro decks. 2 copies of the Staff, 2 copies of Emulating Glare, 3 copies of Absorb, 2 copies of the Teferi's Acolyte, 2 Pixie Tricksters, 1 copy of Mistraven, 2 Day of Judgments, and 1 Arcanus the Archmage. And
cool.
This is like my basic ladder deck that I've used this month to climb with.
I gotcha. And you're like 90 something right now, right?
I am ranked 51.
Oh, 51. Okay. It was the Domri. It was Eli that was 90 something.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Well, that's cool that we got so many people that are top 100 Mythic. That's really cool. So the Shell Game and the Trickster and the Mistraven are definitely not normal, but they worked really well. It was super interactive.
Yeah, I don't run the Shell Games, but I run the Pixie Trickster instead because I think it's slightly better because it gives you the flyer, and you can change like you can change your crab into a 3/3 that can attack.
Right.
So you can either use it to help you or for the offense or defense, which is why I run the Trickster over the the turtles.
Yeah, I can definitely see it if you're not running School of the Wizard and you don't even need spells in the first place.
Right.
Yeah, and I've come to the same guess again conclusion. If I run it, I usually just run one of it.
Yeah, and it
that
was
works.
actually super broken. Like if you watch the one video, like I held it up, I don't know how many times, it never even triggered.
Right. It was actually funny because last game with Tim, the second game, he actually missed lethals, and I was really hoping he didn't miss it because there would have been a nice game 3. But this video is already going to be like an hour and a half long, so
he should have won that second game. He definitely should have won that. I just had really good luck on my top deck draws.
Oh, I also noticed that you tend to have the Day of Judgment for a long time before you use it and try and really get like the maximum value out of it.
Yeah, I pretty much only play Day of Judgment if I'm absolutely going to lose the next turn.
Yep.
I try to use every other play that I can to try to avoid it, because like if you just Day of Judgment when you think it's proper, but if they still have 4 cards in hand and then like you play Day of Judgment, that's all you can play that turn, then they can just drop 3 or 4 more creatures, and then you don't have any mana left anyway, so you're just kind of out of luck.
Yeah, that's I don't know if you've heard me say it in my videos, but I like to draw them like deeper in before I Day of Judgment. You know, like let them commit their resources as much as possible, and then let them have it, right?
Yeah. I did on the second game. I Day of Judgment 2 turns in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not like the way my hand was. I had to use
it. Yep.
I
knew the crab was coming too. I was like, when you got to 8 mana, I called it. I was like, he's gonna Day of Judgment and then crab.
Yeah, well, I don't like the Day of Judgment if you can't play anything on top of that. Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's just wasted at that point.
Yeah, and there was one turn where you had 10 mana. I forget which game it was, and you Day of Judgment. I was like, if he has Day of Judgment into Absorb, it's gonna be mean.
I totally did do that too. I did because I was just thinking about it. I was like, I could Day of Judgment and then whatever he plays, but I think he ended up playing around it anyways. It didn't really matter. He ended up dropping a Beast Bonder.
Yeah. Oh, the Mist Raven's a 1-of, huh?
Yeah, I only have 1 of because I have the 2 Pixie Tricksters, and I also run 1 copy of the Unsummon.
Mm-hmm.
So you could probably go like 2 Mist Raven and drop the Unsummon completely.
I like the cheap tempo option though.
Well, that's what it is. Plus you could also Unsummon works on your own creatures.
Right, and that's really good with Archmage in a pinch, right? You need some more threats. You need not to deck out.
Yeah, or you can also you can use that, or you can also Teferi Acolyte, and then you can bluff a play.
Yeah, they're already in mental torture wondering which trap it is, so we're just gonna make it worse.
Right. Yeah. That's why I was running 2 Unsummons for a while, but like the problem is you end up with 2 in your hand, and then it's kind of just it becomes too stale if you end up with 2 copies. You don't need 2 copies; you only need 1 copy.
Yeah, and you still have plenty of answers against Reanimator with Mist Raven and 2 Tricksters and 1 Unsummon.
Yep, absolutely.
Perfect, man. Well, I really appreciated you coming out. I'm glad you had fun. It was a small tournament, but I think it was a success. Everyone had some fun. We got some good games, so I appreciate you guys showing up.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
We're probably I think I'm gonna plan to just do the next one exactly 4 weeks from now. So the second week in February. If you're able to come, that'd be awesome, man. Have the reigning champ come defend his title, right?
Absolutely, I will be there.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
See you later.